Hello and welcome to Alan's Gaming. This is of course Alan of Alan's Gaming, and today we're having a look at Fallout 4. We will of course be continuing through the series of videos of Fallout 4 just as we do with World of Warcraft, and we will in the future with some other videos. Now, looking at the game now, I've just deleted all my saved games, not because I was doing badly, I was doing fairly well, but one of my mods actually broke Vault 95, I think it is. So I can't finish one of the companion quests, which is one of the things I like to do. Now, looking at the mods I have, we will notice, obviously, play with mods at your own risk, hence the broken Vault 95. You can fix your order and you don't get achievements for it. Now these are the mods I currently have. I just downloaded this one specifically to make a point with a later video, just so you're aware. This one I never actually got to. Now when they're activated you get a little tick here, but I deactivated them because I'm going to play base game. I have no DLC and no mods, it's just the base game. Now our standalone, that is basically a mini DLC. This gives you a mini vault that provides really nice early on weapons, but it has super mutants in it. So you go in, you sneak, you grab the weapons from just next to the front door, and you leave at the beginning. Because the super mutants will kill you, but it's pretty much a waste of time other than that. That, as I said, is specific to a later video, and no rads in Starlight Drive-In. Now that mod basically removes the radiation from the place. Now I'll show you how you were supposed to do it without the mod. That is a series of quests that are relating to the Minutemen, which I haven't actually gotten to. I picked up a couple of the notes for it, but I never actually followed the quest. This provides armor and building materials. Useful, but the armor was okay. The building materials are more useful, but again, you don't really need it. That adds a vault that just gives you medicines like stim packs and shit. You don't need it, you can build your own. I just wanted to see what it was like. That I never actually got to, so I have no idea what it does. I can't remember, but it's there. Now, clean and smooth, this pretty much blanks out everything on the map. It also allows you to deconstruct and remove buildings from the base game itself, which you can't do initially, which is quite useful in terms of making a nice, smooth, clean slate so that you can build your own base. My only problem is, specifically with Sanctuary Hills, I didn't really notice with the other ones, but Sanctuary Hills has a certain build limit. Now it's bigger than all the other towns, but because it's your main base, I always build the most there. And even with this add-on allowing you to delete everything, Sanctuary Hills has a 50% limit with the add-on, whereas without the add-on you can actually take it down to like 2%, no problem, and then you can start building from there. Instead of starting at 50%, you're starting at 2 and you're good to go. Now, the one thing I do like about this mod is that if your base is attacked, raiders, super mutants, rad scorpions, death claws, whatever, okay, you can actually deconstruct those bodies just as you would any other item and turn it into fertilizer and bone. Now fertilizer, sure, great, increases the crops you get over time with your little workers of the town. The bone doesn't seem that useful for most people. Like, what the fuck do you need bone for? There's the trick, knowing the little cues. You can use bone at a chemistry station to create oil. Oil will then allow you to create more power generators or create gun turrets to defend your base and stuff like that. It's actually really useful. So having the extra bone can be useful, but again, build limit. I don't like removing that. Then we have, these Omega mods are just cheat mods, epic armor, epic weapons to make yourself basically God mode. And then we have Pretty mod that just makes your character less ugly. America Rising, that's a gear mod. It links to another one later on, and that's basically a set of quests that's a mini story. Quite interesting. I only did the beginning because I think it's this particular Enclave mod that broke Vault 95. That one I never got to, but it's basically a settlement setup. This is just a radio station. Okay music, but not really my thing. There's the original quests, the Enclave Rising. As I said, only got to the beginning. Quite interesting what I did though. That's quite nice. It basically gives your dog nice armor and increases his carry capacity, but unfortunately, as we're removing all the mods, that one goes too. Solar panels, probably the most useful mod I have. It allows you to build a solar panel so you can have power without having to run cables everywhere and shit like that. It's particularly useful on any town or settlement that you build where you have a roof. You make yourself a set of stairs, jump on the roof, put down a whole bunch of laser turrets, throw down some solar panels, and boom, they're good. The reason that's so great is because if you have a power generator on the floor and a whole bunch of laser turrets on the roof, if an enemy gets to that power generator and breaks the power generator, all the laser turrets go down, and that's the problem. Solar panels, they can't do that. That one is a bunch of little quests that gets you extra companions. Fairly entertaining, but again, just an addition to the game. That is actually an annoying mod because it gives you a little survival bunker at Sanctuary Hills. Now if you click that particular thing, that's your workstation where you build stuff, it resets Sanctuary Hills workstation to down here. So anytime there's someone with a quest, you go down here. And if you do that before you've finished collecting the idiots at the start of the map for the Minutemen quests, you guy says, hey, can you please build us some beds? And you can't, or you can, but you have to build them down here. Then he says, hey, can you get us some crops? They're like, yeah, I can do that. So you build crops in Sanctuary Hills, and the quest won't finish because it wants them down here. But there's no ground to plant crops. There's no water for the next one. And you can build defenses down here, but again, there are no enemies down there. There's no point in having this mod in general. Size limit, that's a happiness, and town size limit makes you allowed to have more than 20 people working at any settlement, and of course happiness goes up. That's just a sexy underwear mod, because the other one looks like slave underwear. This one is probably the best mod that I have. It allows you to have both the dog and a normal companion. Now the dog is not actually a full companion. It's got reduced health, reduced damage, reduced carry capacity, whereas normal companions have all those boosted because they're proper companions. And originally in the base game it was supposed to have dog meat and companion, but then they changed it to just dog meat or companion, dog meat being the dog itself. And although that's okay, it's not really ideal. So this actually fixes that to have it how it's supposed to be, and you have your dog meat. Dog meat combined with this thing makes him more useful. Now this is of course just a better hairstyles for the game. Not all that useful. Sanctuary starting locker, that's basically extra crafting materials. You don't really need it, but I wanted to see what it was like. That fixes the bridge because in the game there's a big hole in the bridge just here, and it just limits how much space you have to walk across the bridge. That is a survival mode pack that allows you to build little tents and sleep wherever you need to, because you actually need to sleep in survival mode. Otherwise you get sick or weak and die. Now that pretty much covers all the add-ons that I have installed. There are, as you can see, a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of add-ons, and they all go further this way. It's not too serious, we're not going to waste our time with those, because as I said, we're playing base game only. As for the game itself, we'll start that in the next video. I hope you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.